sale from Bing recently.
All right. Let's see. Participants. Let's see who's in here.
Do you see my little festive Christmas setup?
Okay.
Oh,
Got
I
garland.
thought about.
Oh, hey everyone.
Being festive.
Oh, it's happening.
Okay, we got people. We got hopping in. Okay, so I'm going to go from my left to right in the top. So we have Alexa Kilroy here from Stay AI. She's the director of marketing. If you don't know her, shame on you. Below her, we have Barry Hott of Ugly Ads fame. He is head of growth at Rotten. If you haven't had those gummies, shame on you. We have Cherene over here. She is the VP of e-com and digital at, I'm gonna mispronounce. Is it Ilia or Ilia?
Ilia.
Ilia. Okay. And she obviously grew Bobby and is just an incredible human. And since she's my Persian sister, I'm going to give her more hype than anybody. And then we have my co-host here, the inimitable Rabah, CMO of Fermat Commerce. So what we're going to do today, thank you guys for joining. I'm going to give you guys the rundown of what we're going to do before we jump in. Rob and I have curated three different brands. We're going to go through their ad library. I've picked an ad. Or we've picked an ad. We're going to watch it, the team is going to talk about what they're expecting on the post-click experience. Then we're going to go to the post-click experience, look at it in mobile first, because that's where 80 to 85% of traffic comes from. Go to the desktop and see if we think that we would buy, and then go to the purchase experience and see if that's, impactful, if they have upsells, all the different things that they would have in that cart flow, just so that we can see what the impact would be for us. So what we'll do from there is we'll ask questions. I'll do some questions along the way that we've pre-prepared, so you can tell us if you'd like them, if you don't like them, etc. But really what we're trying to do is just get smart people to argue so that you can learn. And so that is why I brought Barry the lightning rod here, because if I say up, he says down. It's just the rules of the relationship.
Does that mean I am part of every episode? Am I in every show now? Do I have to come every week?
We might just steal you from Adtopsy. That's really what we're looking
that's
to do.
what I do there.
Yeah. So here we go. I am going to share my desktop view here. And can everyone see this ad?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we're in Canada Goose. This was a Rabah recommendation. And if you guys haven't seen Canada Goose, incredible products, especially when you're in cold weather, nothing like it. So obviously you can see the copy, little luxuries in toques. Am I saying that right? Gloves, accessories, to keep them warm from head to toe. So let's watch this ad. I know.
Nice.
This is why I chose this ad very specifically.
Should we apologize to Canada Goose now for everything we're about to say, or after?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Screw that. We're going to invoice them. We're going to invoice them.
Do I need to zoom in my lawyer, or? I'm about to say something.
So maybe we'll pop over to one more and we'll look at this next one that's static as well. But is there anything that you guys have any expectations of out of this ad? Like, this just feels, actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk. Let's open it up. And I see everyone rearing and ready to go. So I'll start with who's under me, which is Barry. Barry, how do you feel about this?
I don't want to talk about this ad.
Just do it, man. Just start us off.
He's upset.
I'm upset. Look. This is not even like, we're not going to talk about this ad. It doesn't matter. This ad is irrelevant. The problem here is fundamentally their perspective on advertising.
Yeah.
Like, this ad isn't doing anything. Their entire, whatever their strategy isn't doing anything. Or if it is, it's not doing anything measurable. This ad is an ad for people that already know and care about Canada Goose.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It just, but like, when I say that none of this matters, or like whatever, like, it's a 6-second video. So for whatever reason, they think that they're trying to optimize for reach or some sort of video view metric or something that is baloney, and it is not going to actually drive any incremental sales. So I'm just going to stop there. I hate it.
Okay. Alexa, what do you think? Are you on the Barry boat?
This ad is giving me you've already purchased a $700 to $1,200 coat from Canada Goose, and you know who we are, and you know we make good shit. Oh, sorry, can I say that? I'm sorry. But you probably think everything we make is really expensive. So we sell small stuff too that you can gift your family if you're rich. But I'm not out of the Canada Goose income bracket, and I still don't know what a toque is.
It's a hat. It's a beanie. It's a fancy name for a beanie.
Right, but like that's the first thing that you're putting in your ad copy is like an obscure fancy word for a hat. Like, is that I don't know. Anyway, the small gift thing, it's all giving. You know who I am, and I sell gloves too, and they're probably still $300, but whatever.
Cherene, I feel like I'm coming to the back half of this, and there might be some opposing viewpoints, so I'm very excited.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know what Canada Goose is. And when I see this, you know, people might click. You guys don't know. You guys don't know what the ad account looks like. You might click on this. I would not click on it. But I'm also getting like little toys. Like, I think this is like little toys. Like when I see this, I'm like, oh, cool. They have little toys. If I don't know what the brand is. So I'm curious what they're doing. I'm curious what their ad account looks like here. Like, I've run like some of this content as traffic campaigns just to appease the brand marketing team. It's like, you know what? We're going to put these beautiful branded images with the logo really big in a slow budget traffic campaign. And we get some really good unqualified traffic from it. So like what the objective here is it being shown to existing customers? That might be a curiosity to have, but I'm wondering like what the thought process and objective for this was. So
okay, I want to have a whole separate podcast with you and ask you why you even appease that team.
Yeah.
I could do an hour conversation with you on that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I have some tales to tell.
Yeah. I know these tales.
Too.
They're crazy. Yeah. Robert, what would you say, since you love Canada Goose, or you have gotten into this game? This feels like to me a bit of a retargeting ad as well. But do you feel like anyone would learn anything out of this? Like, what's your take?
Yeah, I think everybody's spot on. To be fair, I think the one to the right is to the Instagram page, and then the one to the right is more of a community-based ad. So neither of those are like proper direct response. So that's kind of more what I would see them into, showing off again, that's a community ad, but showing off the product. But yeah, I think I take everybody's point. I think the challenge with something like a Canada Goose, and you'll see this also in like Cartier, or there's a certain aspect, and not to say that the small gifts thing, I think Cherene's right, that might just be a retargeting ad. I already bought myself a coat, and maybe I can get my son or my daughter something that isn't a $2,000 down stuffed parka. But for me, I think one of the interesting parts when you do have a recognizable brand such as Canada Goose is not only is there, and Barry, cover your ears, an implication of direct response, but there's also a certain aspect of affinity and making sure that people are like, hey, this is I can't afford that, but that's cool. And so I think that's what was interesting for me with the Canada Goose stuff is they do have some direct response in terms of their actual like product, either collection page or coat. They just did a really cool collab with, I forget the artist's name, but it was kind of like a cool, quirky collab. But being able to balance that with actually driving performance for the store or for the business is definitely a challenge. So I think that probably not the best ad, but it's probably not the most representative of the brand as well. But it also feels a little bit like the creative team like made it, and then they're like, oh yeah, I heard videos do better, so they added like a little bit of emotion in there. But not mad at them, crank up the deliverables. But that's for me the more interesting take, is that when you have a really affluent brand, you want to see, you want to spend dollars to drive aspiration, because that is where the brand, like, I mean, there's definitely a vector of like, these are legitimately like really high quality coats, but you can spend 500 on a North Face jacket and have the same utility from it, but you don't have that like douchey, iconic Canada Goose logo when you see it, you know it.
Can
I think.
just-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Barry.
I just wanted to just, Robert, yeah, I agree with your point. I don't have to cover my ears. Like, yeah, if they're trying to, like, this isn't a performance ad, right? Like, if they're trying to
Correct.
do some brand play here, okay, cool. But like from a performance perspective, this ain't doing it. You know, it's not good at getting attention. It's not good at keeping attention. It's not good at making anyone take an action. So to your point, if it's a branding play, which I hope it is, then you know, good for them, I guess. I don't know. Still a waste.
Well,
Did you know that there was like a brainstorming session where they're like, you know what we could do for small gifts is we could have these tiny snowmen put tiny things on them. And they're
I'm all for it.
I think I'm gonna issue a formal invitation to the Canada Goose team for the next session. Be like, hey guys, it is actually, we're throwing down the gauntlet here.
We need to talk.
Yeah. So
the more we talk about it, the more I like it, actually.
Yeah.
See, you see, they
Yeah.
won.
Yeah,
They won. I just
absolutely, they're hitting that. They're just trying to
And
hit
that's-
that frequency
And
in your
Cherene,
feed.
it's cool that you say that because that's actually how most people consume advertising is they take a screenshot of it and go share it with their friends and talk about it for on a podcast for 10 minutes.
I just wanted to be the fly on the wall in that room where you have all this like heavy ideation, and you know there was one person in the back like, fuck it, make some snowfall on it, and then just dropped the mic and walked out.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, little guy's wearing a fanny pack.
Yeah.
Great,
So,
great.
guys,
Placement.
what's your expectation coming out of this ad? Like, do you have any expectations of what the post-click experience would be? Obviously,
Oh.
Strong yes. I think I'm going to go to a category page that's everything that's not a coat.
okay.
So like scarves, gloves, hats, whatever. My
Fanny
dog.
pack.
Sorry, I'm going
A
to
toque.
I think
A toque,
it's going to be
perhaps.
it's going to be a 9 reasons why your child I'm just kidding. It's definitely not going to be that. It's definitely going to be a small gifts page for sure.
Okay. Let's see.
Like I said, I did not know. I feel like why don't I know this brand? It's like the hottest, coolest brand according to you guys, but I literally thought there would be like tiny little toys on this page. So I think it's probably a category page where you're going to find toques, gloves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bravo,
Straight in your defense, this is a brand that people who live in really cold places know, which
100%.
I can't remember where you live, but I lived in Boston and I do again, and like it's a thing here.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah, you should Google it.
70 degrees outside all winter long. I'm in Southern California. I don't know what this is.
I'll
It
drop
would be very
our
weird.
address in the chat so everyone can know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put it up on the screen. Can you put it up on the screen for
Send
everyone?
me
For Google
some
Maps.
toques. Send me
All
some
right.
toques.
So I'm gonna click. Let's see what we get.
Drum roll. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Small luxury gifts. You can
There we
always.
go.
Oh, she
Okay, and
won.
we'll
All right.
throw the
This is
inspect
not
on.
bad. I don't hate this.
Okay, so
The coherence is there.
there we go. Exactly. We should, Robert, we should next time do the coherence analyst.
Oh, send me. Yeah, actually. Okay, let me just fill some time and I'll run it while you guys are chatting.
Okay. Okay. So what is so I started top to bottom with Barry. Cherene, we'll go bottom up since Rob is doing coherence score. What is your initial reading on this coming from that ad?
Yeah, so I'm going to play this as a person who doesn't know what this brand is for the whole session because I don't. I think like I might have some comments about the height on this hero and not being able to see anything below the hero and having to scroll because at this point I still don't know what I'm about to see.
Okay.
But I kind of going back to Raba's point, like if you know what this brand is and depending on who you are, this is great. It's like,
It's a gorgeous page, honestly.
it's beautiful. I saw what I saw in the ad. I'm intrigued. I want to scroll down and see what's coming next.
Okay. This is what's coming. So we've got expensive products. Alexa, what about you? Where are you at with this?
I'm happy with this. This is what I expected. So if I saw that ad and I was like, oh, Canada Goose gloves or a toque perchance would
Yeah.
be a great gift. This is where I want to land. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. I agree. I have the same sentiment about the Hero. I'm also looking at it on my laptop and not actually on mobile. I often find that brands use this absolutely microscopic font for their banners at the top, and then they're constantly shifting them. So
Yep.
I'm like not absorbing anything if you actually want me to read that. But other than that, I'm happy with it.
Barry, you were already happy. Should I even want to go into why you're happy?
I look, I have nothing wrong with a nice page like this. I mean, I'd rather almost always be using a landing page. Maybe not in this case where you're just going straight to shop gifts and it's kind of unambiguous. I agree with Sherene's point about it's too vertical, it's too tall. I'd maybe move the text above the image, so it's the first thing you see. And definitely, I will say for sure, the first thing I do anytime I get to a landing page as a consumer is I smash that chat button. I'm like, yeah, I want to chat. That's the first thing I want to
Exactly.
do. I haven't shopped yet. I haven't done anything yet. I just want to chat. That's all I'm here for is chatting. So I really like genuinely hate seeing it there as both as a user and as an advertiser. I can't stand when ad traffic goes to a page that has that as a little distracting pop up there.
Yeah.
And I wish those would all die.
100%. So I'm going to give you a couple ones that I'm thinking here. I think, again, this image is too tall. You compress it at least 30%. Like Barry said, bring small gifts up here. Again, this nav bar is, what is this? This is like double the size.
Is that all nav bar? Is that
Yeah.
all nav bar?
No,
Oh,
that's a
big.
picture.
It's just
No,
like,
no. Oh,
yeah,
there. Yeah. But they still could bring this down a bit. And then, like you said, the announcement bar. I like that they obviously have a hyperlink in here, but when it's shifting that much, I see brands make this every single time that this is a mistake. It goes too quickly. It's too small, especially like we're on a laptop and it's too small. Imagine it on your phone as you're scrolling and you're not very patient. I find myself to be a more patient shopper on my phone on my computer than I am on my phone. So if we're going that 85% of all the traffic is coming from mobile. Although the one thing I will say is because the ticket size is higher, probably
Fanny pack goes hard though.
yeah. That's first product. This is really also the question of how do you guys think about setting up your collections pages? But okay, so we don't hate this. We like that it's coming here. I think that we could probably get at least half of this product into this this above the fold so that people knew that there were products there that they could shop. I mean, obviously they can because they're seeing this. Okay, so we feel decent about that. Let's buy a fanny pack, shall we? So, okay, we went and clicked on the ad, but we don't hate the landing page. So ad out of 10, let's just call it like it gets a 3 or 4. Landing experience or post-click experience is at like a 6, 7. Let's get the Explorer gift set. Let's see what this is like. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is again very hard to get to this.
I have some thoughts. I like what they're doing. They know who their audience is, and they've created like a very thematic campaign for holiday that was obviously well thought out and cohesive. And I'm learning more and more about who this is geared towards.
Yeah.
And it's not someone that's new to the brand, which makes a lot of sense. I am curious though, like what does this gift set actually contain? Is that a hat and a fanny pack, and what is that?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, is it a box? Is it a binder? Like,
Yeah.
can I put my
a
stuff
gift
in?
set. It's a gift
Scroll
set
over,
of our most
Chase, to
sought
give us some
after
more.
accessories.
So there's
Yeah.
the fanny on a person. There's the scarf that you get.
And there's the
I
jacket.
agree. That's a product photography whoopsie, in my opinion. Like, we don't really care about the top of the logo on the box, but if you want to show that the box comes with it, then show me the stuff like coming out of the box, not sitting
By
on
the way,
top of it.
this is my favorite thing about what we're talking about right now is it's no one's job to do this, because the designer or the photographer or whoever is making these images, it's their job to like make product images. It's not their job to like have it make a thing that's like, here's what you get. So like nobody did it and it doesn't exist.
But I think the solve there is, because I think you're absolutely no notes. I think you're exactly right, Barry. Because honestly, I think the product photography looks stellar. But this is
Yeah.
just a really easy copy fix, where if you just have
Yeah.
messaging in the box and then it lists the products or something like that, because that's the only pushback on this page. I think the photography is great. I always like to see when it's something I'm going to put on me, like a lay flat and then on somebody. So yeah, so I kind of have some reference points and stuff like that. So honestly, I don't hate it as much, other than the fact that I don't know what's in it, and that gives me anxiety, and that anxiety leads me to, am I going to regret this? And if I'm going to regret it, I don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Barry, I would push back. It depends on the scale of your brand, but I have had multiple roles at brands where I am prescribing shots to the creative team, because I'm like, this is a gift set. It needs to be freaking clear that this stuff is in the box or whatever. I think like I see a lot of brands just like ship their product to Stuna and they're like, make me cool pictures. And then the e-commerce manager, the marketer, the one who has to actually use those assets in ads, i.e. this has been me before, is like pissed because it's unusable or like looks cool, but it's not going to perform. And so I think brands like, maybe not at the Canada Goose scale, but maybe at the average like D2C brand, like you definitely can be more intentional about your product photography.
I just mean the photography is great. There's no text overlays. They didn't like just put text over it in post. No one thought to do that because, and I see this all the time. They're like, well, the text below has that. It has all the information. I'm like, well, yeah, but most people are probably, and Chase, you'd probably speak better to this from heat map perspective. Like people are going to swipe the images first. So that's where you want information.
Would love to see scroll depth on this. That would be kind of my big one, is like, are they getting to this level where they're getting to even think about adding to bags? So anyway, go ahead, Rob. What were you gonna say, brother?
One, I have the coherence score done, so we can go through that. And then two, I would absolutely push back on that, Barry, where iconoclastic, like high-end brand, if I see text on your photos, that's like putting subtitles on like a Christopher Nolan or some sort of like cinematic masterpiece, where it's like, you can do it, but you're totally missing the point. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that there are different strokes for different folks, and there's no way, if I'm running Canada Goose brand, like I'm letting you put text maybe on some weird, like, I don't know. I just
like the sixth image. Like, what if it's the sixth image
over my dead? I will let you touch the copy, and I think that's a. But dude, there's no way you're putting text overlays on my $400+ And can we shout out the price? Let's go.
Think about like a Gucci product photography.
Cartier,
like imagine
Hermes,
putting,
no way.
That would look so
never, ever happen.
Guys,
it's
so
never happened.
Mariana, I hope I'm saying this right, asked a great question, made a great point, that like at this price point, I want to know what the wrapping looks like inside the box and what what unboxing experience would feel like or look like. And I think that's a really great point, is with something this expensive, you want to know, essentially, you kind of know already based on the price point and all the things, imagery that you're seeing, but what's the tactile experience going to be? Because you're not buying it in store, you're buying it online. And so there is a certain amount of, if that box, to Cherene's point, or no, it was Alexa's point, was open and you could see what was in there, what the wrapping looked like, a few other things. I think there's a really great argument to be made that even could be the ad, like someone opening their Christmas gift, right?
Yeah.
This thing, like that's a really, really interesting one. So yeah, I think that's a really great point.
Yeah, that takes us back to the ad, and like, let's do another variation of the ad with the gift box and the products, the box with the products in front of it and the cute snowman. And like, I would be curious how that would drive more interest and engagement than just the snowman.
100%.
I will say props where props are due, though. I think one of my biggest, as the kids would say, icks when I'm going to a landing page or a PDP is that I get to the page and the actual product is like very small. And then when I click on it, it's basically just the same size image, but it's like popped out into a box. And then I have to like zoom in with my fingers to actually see things. That's just like a terrible experience. And so I think they did a great job of diving and framing and like making the photography clear and beautiful and like an enjoyable scrolling experience. So you don't have to like start digging through the image, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so
By the way, no
Ad-
one's buying this online, like relatively, right? Like this is a product that most people that are going to buy it are going to buy it in a store.
I
don't know.
would buy this for
I don't think
somebody
so.
if
I would
they
buy
had a
this
coat
online.
or something, and I don't have the money to spend
Hold on.
$2,000 on a coat. But like, you have the Canada Goose coat. I know you dig the brand. Here's a little four banger.
Yeah.
Happy
I'm
Christmas.
gonna buy you a Porsche hat. That's what I'm gonna
Exactly.
do. I'm not gonna buy.
You
I-
think more than 50% of Canada Goose sales happens on their direct-to-consumer site or wholesale retail?
No, I
I
mean,
don't think so.
They're publicly traded, so that's interesting. We could probably see that. That's a really interesting take. I don't know.
I don't think
That's really
they are.
interesting.
I do not think most of their business is direct-to-consumer. Is all I'm saying. So a
I
lot of
would
this.
I would say there's probably an AOV ceiling that they hit, and this is probably why this was in first position. This is where they see like 500, above 500 is where they see people coming into store and there's not velocity, but like people accessorizing something. So what I think another point of this is this specific set is this is like an add-on to Raba's point of maybe someone in your family has a coat
Sure.
already, and you're like, yo, I'm just gonna get them, goosed up from the feet up kind of thing. So with them, that's a
Don't
call
hate it.
Chronic.
Don't hate it.
2000 Chronic
Trademark that.
2000
Trademark that.
2001. Yeah. That's trademark. So essentially they're trying to get them into something else without having to take $1,000 to $2,000 hit, which is, I think the coats are 1,500, right? To start, something like that.
You can get like some really lean ones for like
You can get like
a grand, but like the proper
like
winter coat.
like
It's
almost like a windbreakery type.
yeah, like a 40-degree kind of thing and
A
above.
paper mache
not the-
coat.
like the 1 Series Beamer.
Yeah.
right?
It's one.
It's a Beamer, but
one goose, not
nah.
10.
You know.
You
All right.
didn't really want that one.
My
So
my point, real quick, was that this is more of a catalog than it is actually them selling online.
Yeah, I
So
buy it.
that's why they don't
Agreed.
need to have. They
almost-
to Raba's point, they just can focus on the visuals and not put text overlays on it.
luxury is the anti-marketing playbook. Like almost all of luxury is
Yeah.
going to be like that. I did want to go through the
Here,
coherence score if you want,
stop
Chase.
there. Go share.
And then there is also a link that I sent you, the Cartier, talking about the gal's points about it. They do an incredible job of not only showing the product, but what it looks like in the actual thing in terms of the gift stuff. So, okay, let's see. How do I do this thing? Where is this?
All
Oh
right.
my gosh. I'm a poor, so I don't know how to use Zoom very well.
After Raba shows us these things, then we'll do a little poll of would you buy or not, and then we'll move on to the next brand.
Okay, yeah. So just real quickly, it went through all the vectors. So the ad, the LP, the landing page reflects the products advertised in the ad precisely.
Robert, do you want to give some? Do you want to give some context?
around. Yeah.
You just started going in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. So last week, the company I work for, Fermat Commerce, fermatcommerce.com, shout out, go book a demo. We did a hackathon, and the hackathon had a vector of AI. And so one of the tools that my team built in Austin was we built a coherence score. So making sure that there's continuity and coherence between the ad and the post-click experience. And all you do, you take a screening of the ad, you take a screening of the landing page, you upload it, and it'll do its business. So it's actually decently legit. We'll drop a link in the chat if you guys want to play with it. The one caveat is if it's a heavy video ad or a heavy video lander, it's impactful pages might be scored less because it gets blind to the video because it'll only see that thumbnail or one slide. Was that helpful, Lex? Sorry, I'm over here in my own world. Okay, cool. So we have personalization scored really high, user journey continuity pretty strong, generic targeting was what it was, message consistency pretty strong. The snowman visuals, people weren't happy that there was no snowman. Tone and style, target audience alignment, and then call to action consistency. So overall, pretty strong. It's a pretty decent coherent score from the lander to 69 out of 80. So that is
nice, very cute.
I know, $420 fanny pack, 69 coherent score. We got this.
Super
We made
cute.
this happen.
Let's
We got this.
go.
Yeah, so that's like an 86%. I mean, that's not horrible. And there was only a few things. So I think overall this is pretty, and you can kind of feel it too. That's what this coherence score has actually been pretty interesting. Is you can actually feel it sometimes, and it. But anyways, the other thing is, since I just have it pulled up, Chase, I can just go to it real quick.
Go for it, man.
Where is it? Oh, what I break now?
He started shopping. Classic.
I did. So this is Cartier, and it's just stellar. And so you see the piece, zoom ins, et cetera, et cetera. But here's that thing that you guys were wanting. Here's what it looks like when you open it. Here's what it looks like when you give it to them. Like, this is so much better. And so I think
no notes.
Yeah.
Kudos to you guys on that.
Any
I think
notes
that's
on Cartier? Like,
I need a
legitimately.
text overlay that tells me what this means.
Just imagine that like hero image, but with a text overlay. Just think about how shitty that would look.
A couple of social proof.
Oh my God.
Social proof badges on that first
Oh
one.
my God, it's so.
I swear to God, if I see a Post-it note on a Cartier ad, I'm gonna die.
I want a video
who's running the ad
testimonial
account
from
at
a
that
suburban mom.
Yeah. Oh, Marie.
That's art, Gary. That is art, Gary.
Who raised their hand? Someone raised their hand. Okay, so I'm gonna share a screen. Oh, let's do this poll quickly. We're gonna launch this. Okay. We just launched it. We'll give it a little bit. So would you buy this? What was the most persuasive part of the funnel? And what could have been better out of this? I'm curious what everyone thinks.
Oh, we can't vote. Okay.
No.
Oh man, I was gonna skew with the
No,
result.
everyone, while
I
people are voting, everyone, what are your guys' takes on this? What would you buy? Would you buy this? Anybody?
No one will buy this.
Gravel would.
I would buy it.
Yeah, he would buy it.
The beanie's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah, I would. If I knew somebody that had a Canada Goose.
Yeah.
It's a
If I
great
knew
add-on,
somebody that was obsessed with Canada Goose and and I really loved them enough to spend $500 on a fanny pack and a beanie that costs $12 to make.
Okay.
I'd go on Printful and I'd custom make one for $13.
I would start selling them for $9,000 at a 99.9% discount on his site.
Yeah. That's a business.
All right.
So scroll right past the ad.
Yeah.
And then off chance that I would click on the ad, I would bounce at the side of the price, and that's it. I'm lost. I'm not going to make that a big of a high AOV purchase from ad to landing page in my first visit.
Yeah.
Unless I was an existing, fan, or like you guys said, if I was a rich grandma and my kids love this brand, I feel like,
100%.
Well, let's be honest. I think the biggest value of stuff like this is that it's easily shareable, either the ad itself or the link to it. If you enjoyed this somewhat or thought it was cute or wanted it or whatever, and you can just send it to someone else, which I love stuff like this because it makes attribution absolutely impossible. But I just find that to be, I bet that happens more than it does someone seeing the ad and immediately buying it for themselves.
Okay.
Or even better, Barry, the find in store button. That one's a classic for your marketers.
Cartier, Book a Boutique. I will say before you round out, Chase, I actually love it because I think it's a really interesting take on the inverse customer, where again, if I'm a Canada Goose loyalist or even in the market, I probably don't care about the small gifts. I'm in the market for the hero products. But again, this gives people a really interesting on-ramp where the first thing I think of when I think of Canada Goose is like, fuck, how much is that going to cost me? And so setting the expectations of small gifts, things of that nature. And so to Barry's point, not only can you share it, but I think it builds in some on-ramps that are more approachable to people that might not be, they're familiar with the brand, but not ready to take a huge just purchase. So we can give them smaller gifts that you'll get the allure of buying somebody a Canada Goose thing, but it's not the kind of core hero product. So I do think that's a clever take to go after a different market and a gifting vector.
Okay, so the poll results of would you buy this? No. 67% say no. So let's see. Most persuasive part, website.
Good for the rich couple people that are like, yeah, good for
Yeah.
good for
Send
you
it.
all.
Yeah.
And then
You
what could have
guys are
been
the
better?
fun aunts and
Yeah.
the fun uncles out there.
Uh, what could have been better was the ad. Website came in second, offer came in third. So no one was terribly mad at 420. Is anyone ever mad at 420?
Zing.
Yeah. Dad jokes. I should have worn my dad gang hat. Okay. So we're going to go into one more because we're running a little long because of just the hot fire that these folks were giving us here. So pop over here and I'm going to go into ritual. Okay. So we're going to look at ritual, a little more DR focused than what we have. And Barry's smiling right now. So let's take a peek at the ad right now.
Is there audio?
It's just like a nothing,
Vibes.
just vibes.
Oh, okay.
No value, just vibes.
Okay, you watched it once. You probably didn't watch the entire thing. If you're the customer, how do we feel about this ad right now? What are you getting from it specifically?
This is to me, this is Ritual trying to be Athletic Greens, and it's like what probably this seems like a new product, so they're probably trying to build like some brand awareness around this new product that they're launching. So when I think of those like Athletic Greens, like cool shot, you know, I don't know how good any of those ads converted. This doesn't, to me, look like an ad that's going to drive direct response conversion, but I think it's, you know, trying to build awareness for a product and maybe it's meeting that objective, but yeah. It's like, to me, this is like in between
Yeah,
a UGC and a performance DR
Mhm.
creative and a brand creative, and it's like
Yep.
too warm to be either.
yeah.
And
Choose.
so like when I would venture to guess that this isn't performing very well.
All right. Well, let's go down the row on this. Does anyone think this is performing well? Just gut check.
Can you let it keep playing just so I can keep watching it? Just
All
while
right,
we're talking.
I'm gonna mute it so that I don't have to hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah, please.
So I've actually done like a lot of stalking of Ritual because I used to work in supplements for a long time. And from what I recall, pretty much all of their ads are this quality, I guess. Like they all feel pretty high production value with text overlays like this. And they're like just very branded. Like it feels like their brand marketing team tells their advertising team, like, don't you dare do anything other than what is on this brand guideline sheet. And if you go out of it, you're fired. Like that's what it feels like to me. However, their target demo is older women with money because it's a kind of spendy supplement. And you can tell, obviously, this is an anti-aging supplement. And they're using the like backed by science that you want to investigate and read more about kind of angle. So I think it's probably performing better than our gut check is telling us. Just because formulaically they've been running a lot of ads like this, but it's probably not going to perform as well as like what we all want to create, which is a super DR. The brand team is locked in the dungeon for a week and can't tell us what to do ad, you know?
What does everyone in the audience think of this ad specifically? I'm going to get Barry and Cherene, or Barry and Roba's thoughts on performance as well. But does anyone have any thoughts on the ad or any questions about it while we're talking through it? Barry, what do you think on performance? Roba, what do you think on performance?
I agree with everything that's already been said. I've always been frustrated by Ritual for this exact reason. I cannot stand when anyone ever cites their ads to me. I don't think anyone who ever has shown me one of their ads has seen inside their ad account or understands their financial situation compared to like any others. And I think that they can do this if they want. And I don't think it's as effective as it could be, but I don't think they care because they have other motivations. So that's my understanding.
I think they raised a bunch of venture, didn't they, Roba?
I'm not super hip to Ritual.
Yeah.
So I
FTC.
can't give you a ton.
And what do you think? Are you doing coherence score for this guy?
No, because the video won't be
Yeah,
that
it's too much.
impactful because
Yeah.
there's so much info in the video. You know, I'm actually pretty on board with everybody else's stuff. This is the one thing though that I think can be interesting where um I think we all came from the arena of thinking through acquisition ad first. And now
Mhm.
I'm starting to get to a place where I'm thinking of that whole customer journey of the ad, the post click experience, and the offer. So I think this ad alone is probably not incredible, but this ad paired with a really strong post click experience might improve my perception of the ad. But I think everything that everybody said is spot on. There's definitely a lot of opportunities to grow. But again, I think making making the ad do all the lifting is ideal sometimes, but when you have a little bit of a complex product, like something you're going to put inside your body, I think you can do some heavy lifting on the post click experience as well.
Okay, so go Barry, go. Were you gonna say
I just
something?
want to know, like, who encounters this ad anywhere on social and like wants to pay attention to it. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not. It's just so clearly an ad. It's
I
just
think
blatantly an ad.
I don't disagree with you, but this is one of those moments where we have to take our marketer hat off and think about the general public because
That is what I'm doing. That's
no. Like my girlfriends buy stupid shit online all the time, and these are the type of
Sure.
ads that they sent me. They're like, I just bought this, and I'm like, you don't need to try another foundation. They're like, but the video is cool. And it's like, okay,
I get that.
got it.
I do. I get it. I do. But I still think overall, a lot of people do, like the general, most people have, they don't want to see ads. So they, as soon as they start to feel one, they move on.
So I've run ads like this before and I still run them because I feel like they serve a purpose in the funnel and it's not
I won't disagree with that. I will not disagree with
Yeah.
that. Sure.
Yep.
it's not direct response last click conversions with the purpose that these type of ads serve.
Sure.
And like a lot of these ads, like they're like all of it is view through. Like if you're looking in the ad account, it's like it may have a
That's
low CPA and a low ROAS, but it's like the click through rate is terrible. So there's something about like seeing this ad and seeing the information and recalling the brand, which I think is the purpose of this ad rather than like, I know what would convert better. It's a picture of the bottle with a press headline and it's a static image. And like that would have a much better CPA. But I mean, like, I think this just doesn't serve that direct response purpose that they're really going for.
So two call outs we got from the audience from Matt G and Dylan are the text needs to be more basic. There's too much. It's really hard to read so quickly. And then if they're selling to an older demo, the text is so small, probably can't read it on mobile. Total great call out. Have you seen when you get someone else's phone and they have the text on like 70% higher regular? So it's, twice the size, 3 times the size. Then these things are really good call outs. One thing I did want to ask you guys before we go to would you click or not? It's kind of like deal or no deal. Would you click? Do you guys ever read any of this copy? A lot of people spend time writing a lot of copy. I mean, again, not to say that I haven't spent a good deal of time writing copy like this. But do you guys pay attention or is it just ad creative only is really going to be the thing?
Personally,
I do.
I would. It depends on if I'm actually. I think I look at the creative first, and then I read the copy, and then I click through. But for me, like the second paragraph of this alone would have been sufficient.
Yeah.
Because the video is already giving me that first part,
Yeah.
and there's like Matt said in the chat, there's already so much going on.
Yeah.
As someone said in the comments here, Morin. It depends on the placement. Facebook feed, obviously, as we can see here, the text is on the top. So people do encounter it first, whether or not they read it. I don't know, but on Instagram, it's less valuable and it's more of a like an addition to the creative. So I've noticed that certainly, and I absolutely have seen copy testing significantly improve or hurt performance. So I
Yeah.
would strongly recommend testing it,
Okay.
once in a while at least.
All right, everyone. Would you click? Let's go down the line. Barry, yes or no?
I wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah. Alexa, would you click?
No, but it's hard for me to turn my method hat off. Would I watch my friends click on this? Yes. Would I watch my mom click on this? Yes. Would I know?
Your mom doesn't care about this. Come on.
I will tell you, if the shot opened with the capsule with the thing inside of it, I would click on it because I'd be like, what
Boom.
in the flying spark am I looking at?
I agree with you. The first shot is not
Wow.
relevant to anyone. That's kind of what I was
Yeah,
saying.
first
It's not
shot
just about
sucks.
not just about the style. It was a combination of it clearly being an ad and it being irrelevant to the audience and to the product. That was what I
Like
more so meant
that,
about the first shot.
those
That's
pills dropping
better.
in water. Yeah,
That's
that doesn't do
better.
anything.
Yeah.
Yes, it's better, but
The-
it's also still not informing me. And this feels like a lot of stock footage, even though I think it's actually shot, but like that, I'm getting so much like stock footage vibes.
Yeah. There is
That,
yeah, 100%. 100%.
for me.
Those, that you're like, what is that? Is that
Yeah,
an
give me that. Open with that. Yeah.
what are we looking at here? Am I able to, buy Fun Friday? So okay. Cherene, click, no click.
Okay, so I've watched this like 10 times now, and it took me like 10 times to actually figure out what this product does. So no, but I think like what Barry and Alexa were just talking about, like maybe there's some rearranging that can go on. Like it's 10 takes 10 seconds for them to say that this pill reduces your wrinkles, and it's like I need to know that sooner. Like they're trying to like build the problem. Like they probably have this like we have the script, like we have a hook and we're going to show wrinkles and like we're going to explain the product. And I think there's like a lot of overthinking that's gone into this, but it's like in the first second, I need to know that there's a pill that reduces my wrinkles because that's actually interesting.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't come. And so no, I wouldn't click.
So do you think
Also,
people
it's like it could very well be a skincare product if I don't hang around long enough to see that it's a sub.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah. So you think they're going too heavy on features versus benefits? Like they need to flip flop that. They're saying, oh yeah, it's this amazing sup and it's got these things versus these are the benefits that you're going to extract from it. Like they're focused on almost ritual more than they're focused on the customer that they're dealing with.
Yes, and I also think to Barry's prior point about like advertising, my philosophy in recent years has been like, yes, customers or prospective customers are inundated. Sorry if you guys can hear my dogs barking. We're getting packages delivered for Christmas and they're losing their absolute shit. But what I was going to say is customers are aware of advertising. They're used, they know what looks and feels like an ad. They're at the point where they're like, just friggin' tell me what the thing is and why I want it. And because they're not opening with the friggin' tell me what the thing is and then going to the why I want it, this to me is going to be a bummer of an ad.
Robbo, round us out before we click. Click or no click?
I hate to be in so much alignment, but I'm going to go probably no click. Maybe if you move it around a little bit, again, what they're talking about the modules and stuff. But kind of circling back to your previous question, I think of like the ad itself in like an order of operations of consumption. So the first thing I'll do is look at the asset, whether that be the picture or the creator. So I think that's the most important. Second is the headline. Then I'll move up to the copy and text. Then I'll check the CTA. So when you were asking that question, I think of it more of an order of operations kind of hierarchy than I do anything else. And I don't know. The other thing too that this ad doesn't really resonate with me is I don't relate to like an older Black woman. And so like, I think if you do these types of ads, you either have to do them for that specific demographic that you're doing or have a bunch of cut shots if this is a product that can be consumed by different demographics, genders, etc. Because I'm a 38-year-old degenerate marketer. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything aligned with this gal, and there's not any jobs to be done like that I really care about. Like wrinkle reduction is a feature. It's not a job to be done like look younger, get the girl that you want, make your husband say you're sexy again. Like that is a job to be done, not wrinkle reduction. Wrinkle reduction is a feature. And so I think that's one of the things where I think they miss, where I don't really care about daily wrinkle reduction. What I care about is why that improves my life. And then that's the job to be done. And then the job to be done is accomplished through these features and mechanisms. So that would be kind of my peanut gallery 2 cents.
We got the no click, all 4. Okay, let's go to the lander and round this out. And inspect or Barry. Okay, here we go.
Hit refresh. Can you hit refresh?
Refresh it. You got it.
Because I wasn't sure if it.
Oh, I already have beef. I already have
Okay.
beef.
What's going on?
All right, give us beef.
Yeah, go.
Why am I? Well, again, the sizing isn't the same as on my phone, so I should probably open it on my phone. But why am I not seeing the actual supplement first? Why am I seeing like a pill bottle? It's giving pills. It's giving medicine. It's not giving anti-aging, health and wellness. Oh, now I see the capsule. Like, I don't know. I have beef with.
Yeah, I would love to know, this is a whole heat map thing, but like what the revenue per session is and revenue per click on these elements are, because it's such an interesting, when we see this in the different images in their scroll, you see like this image a lot of times has a huge amount of impact on down from when people actually purchase. So yes, I'm in alignment with you here. This feels like a brand marketing team decided this is going to be the first thing versus someone who sees what's actually performing. What does everyone else say?
I have some thoughts. That first image, there's like a badge on, if you go back to the first image, yeah, there's a vanilla essenced badge. I think this is a missed opportunity to pull over some of the other trust badges that they have on the second image. You're going to put something in your body. I don't care that it's vanilla essenced. I want to make sure it isn't like a scam or something that's going to make me sick. So like the non-GMO, the clean, blah, 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 blah. Then below this hero section, there's like so much information here. I don't know or care what Hyacera is. And there's skin hydration and like branded copy. And I think there's an opportunity to just kind of like look at this with fresh eyes. I think this is like totally made by a brand copywriter. And it's like, look at it with fresh eyes and like, tell me what I need to actually know here before I scroll down.
I'm inherently skeptical that a supplement can hydrate my skin. To me, I'm like, that is a moisturizer, you know, like that's not going to be a supplement. So I'm with Cherene that it needs more. I also thought that badge that she was talking about was a gluten-free badge because I couldn't see it.
No, it's vanilla essenced.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barry, Rabba, where are you guys on this above the fold?
I'll speak for Rabba here. The image, it's so funny, like I was saying before, like to have some text overlays or whatever on the image, but seeing the badges right there for the next image before I can see any other part of the image is terrible. It looks so bad, and it's unintentional. And it's like what happens when you're, making images not being aware of where they're going. So yeah, I'd want to put something else there that makes me want to swipe to the next image.
Yeah.
Right. This is not that. This makes me be like, oh, whatever that is, I don't care. Like, or like not even just me, but I would assume a lot of people are like, huh? It's like some label, like some color label that isn't on brand and isn't consistent with everything else and is kind of ugly. So no, I don't want to do that. Again, I'd maybe want to see some of this up higher, like some of the text above the images. I've seen that on some other pages, and I think that's a more powerful way to go if you're sending traffic to a page. But yeah, that was me speaking for Rabba. Just kidding.
No, I mean,
missing here. I'm
No,
so
no,
sorry.
it's-
I'm just gonna. Chase told me I was allowed to cut people off, and that's like in my blood. I'll let Rabba go. Rabba used to be my boss, for anyone who doesn't know, so it's fun that he's not anymore.
Get your revenge. Get your revenge now.
I was gonna say, you know what's currently missing here is they were going all anti-aging. Your skin's gonna look better. I don't know if you swiped all the way, Chase, but I'm not seeing a before and after of some hydrated looking skin. I'm seeing lots of supplements, but I'm not seeing what my outcome's gonna be. That tells me nothing. What are we doing with our outs? What are we doing?
What is this? Is she flexing?
How is that beneficial to your product
Sick.
page? I want to see an up close, zoomed in. I want to see pores before, pores after, or something.
Yeah, I think trust is sorry, Rava, we're all cutting you off.
No, of course.
Screw
I
Rava.
think trust is important when you're consuming something. So it's like, why aren't there stars above the fold either? Like, I want to see that other people have used this and not died. Like, that's important.
100%.
Yeah, where are my reviews? Where are my how many
where's the
5-star
social proof?
reviews?
Are none because
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow,
this was
that's
all shot in a
interesting.
studio with already perfect looking people. Classic.
It's probably a new product. That's okay.
it's a new,
Right.
it feels very new product.
Okay,
So
true on reviews, but on UGC social proof, send your highest LTV, most loyal customers products to test first and ask them to send you UGC. I've done that so many times. Okay, now Rava can speak.
Oh, I like
yeah,
that.
so Chase, if you go down, scroll down, I think it would have been interesting. Keep going.
that
To start
animation stuff
here,
is really nice.
start here, yeah,
Mhm.
where the pill shows up. There was something, yeah. So you could even start here-ish. This kind of doesn't really get me going, but if you keep going down, there was that really cool animation right there.
This is dope.
Skin,
Mhm.
it shows you this is where I would start with, because you don't hide your CTA. Your CTA is sticky, so you have this blah blah blah, and then this is what I was talking about, using the post-click experience to bolster and continue the story of the ad. Like, this makes more sense to me than having that PDP kind of faux terrible things. But like, I think that is actually a really interesting landing page. I would have cut all that out and then have that at the bottom, where that was actually pretty compelling. And to Lex's point, like, you see the product and you understand, oh, hey, this is a pill. The other thing too that I really like, when products do this isn't like a super high price point, so it's not like really necessary, but a really cool brand called Laundry Sauce does this. A couple other higher price point brands, and they break down the price by dose or day. And so you're like, oh my gosh, it's $100. We're like, oh my God, I'm going to get 58 loads out of this. Or it gives you a really nice reference point to amortize that cost, so you can do like boy math.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, especially at this price point, right? Like, you start getting above 100, 150, you want them to kind of do their own thing. But at this kind of more DR focused price point for this kind of product, you want them to have a sense of what it's going to cost day over day for them over the course of a month, and then tell them about the value that they're going to get. I think two things. Yeah. What did Rashab said? The pill looks hydrated in that animation. Like, that essentially gets the point across, right? So I think it's a great call. Two fine gentlemen from Fermat Commerce. So, they know what they're talking about. So what we're going to do is would you guys add to cart first from this? If you were in market and had clicked on said ad, would this landing experience or post-click experience get you into the cart? That's the first question. Then we'll run the survey again to see what the audience thinks. What is it? Barry, would you click? I don't think you would.
No, sorry. No, for a lot of reasons. No.
Bye, Cherene.
I have to leave you all with this. I wouldn't click and I wouldn't convert. Goodbye. Thank you.
Roasted.
Yes.
Savage.
Yeah.
Bye, Cherene.
All right. Let me. I'll throw the poll up there, and then let's do this. All right, we got the poll up. What about everyone else? Would anyone else click on this and buy internally? Alexa, you?
I didn't click on the ad in this hypothetical,
Yeah.
but I think I like this page.
Yeah.
I don't like before scroll 2 or 3 that much, but the further down I go, the more it grows on me.
Yeah. I will say one thing I liked is that they had in the above the fold, they had the their 25% off Obviously, I like it just auto put into the cart, but I do like that they have it here so you can see it right away. Helps with purchase conversion velocity, so I'm happy with that. So let's see, we got
Yeah, and the color there looks like an alert. Like it reminds me
yeah,
of
Mhm.
100%,
like a bug,
100%.
like it's a bug.
So
Like,
well put.
uh-oh.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the that header banner, which is saying the same thing. Is it like in my brain it mentally blended with Ritual's branding, and I didn't even realize that it was telling me about the discount at first.
Okay, let's see. So would you buy this? No. Main answer. What's the most persuasive part of the funnel? Website. And then what could have been better? Ad and website. So I think what we're seeing a lot of is essentially what Robert was showing us with the coherence analyst is a lot of work needs to be done from brands. This is kind of a constant theme I see when I go do audits of brands, looking through this for our newsletter, talking to brands when they come and talk to heatmap.com. Is there is not a alignment between the two things. And so people can do a lot better job of just getting your ads and your website to speak to each other will automatically pop your conversion. Whatever software you use, forget the software, just absolutely doing those two things and making sure you at least have a relatively high coherence score between the two things is going to be really, really impactful for your business. So anyone else have any thoughts on this in general before we close off?
I guess the only other thing that I would say is I think this is one of the challenges, and obviously shameless plug for Fermat, but when you have a business with a lot of returning revenue and a big returning cohort, you don't really want to risk that brand or the conversion and returning revenue. And so I think this is probably a compromise page of like, hey, we want to have some acquisition, but also make sure that we don't have a ton of friction in the buying process because somebody's going to this product and they already know they want it and they want to buy it. And so I think that's one of the biggest challenges right now is not being able to experiment on your PDPs and things of that nature. And rightfully so if you're a big brand. And so, because I think there could have been 4 or 5 different variations of this page that would be much more aligned to people at different stages of their consumer journey. So that's kind of the big thing that I'm getting at, because I think there's actually really great elements in this, but it feels like a compromise from an ad. And so I think that could be an interesting pathway for Ritual to go down, is some sort of custom landers or something that you can try. And then if that does work, either lean into that, or if it really, really works, especially for like a retention cohort, then you could start to integrate that into your actual Shopify site proper.
Yeah, I think the entire funnel feels like a bit of a compromise. Like it was, okay, we have some DR stuff that we know can work. We're going to go do some brand stuff. And there was not like they didn't choose a path to go down with this. Yep. And that I've seen that happen with a lot of new product launches is there are too many cooks in the kitchen and not enough to have a POV specifically on how they're going to do it. And rather than go down a middle road, say like, look, we're just going to launch 2 funnels completely different and see who wins, make it a competition internally so it's fun, and let the data speak for itself.
Can we scroll down this page more, by the way?
Yes, sir.
A bunch more? Keep going. Keep trucking. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Here we go. There it is.
Oof, so far.
Oh, brutal.
Ooh,
That's why they're hiding it.
That's
why they're hiding it. By the way, shout out to Olga, who mentioned there's better comments on Amazon, which, maybe that means they're paying for reviews there. But the fact that they're burying this 3.5 here is a sign of why we're not seeing it higher up. You have to really get down there and look for it.
Well done, Barry.
Yeah.
Also, at the end, the last comment I thought was really funny. What's the last one there?
Vanilla essence ain't hidden.
So we have a full circle landing website here where it goes from the very first thing is the vanilla to the very last thing. So maybe that was an artistic choice.
Perfect way.
You know what's really surprising too for a supplement brand, and I say this now because my brand is very subscription or retention oriented, but there's no subscribe and save, which is shocking to me.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Brand.
Well, that's what I'd love for us to do if we do this again.
Buried.
If we do this again, right? I'd love for us to have gone through clicking the add to cart, because we're taking it for granted that it's just going to throw it in a cart and we go to checkout. But there is a full blown experience here after the click.
There is.
So this
upsell.
is
Upsell.
That's a nice
It's a
upsell,
minute.
candidly.
That was a
looks
good upsell.
it's
And
a
That was
very good
good.
upsell.
You
Okay,
might
this is
also
nice.
like,
Oh God bless. Promo code box for calculation in the whatever the sidebar checkout
add to
thing
cart?
is. I
Yeah,
forget the
cart.
word is. Yeah, as opposed to when I get to the actual shop pay page, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what the technical terms for things. This is not my skill
Yeah,
set.
right.
But I hate having to add the coupon code all the way there and then be like, never mind, it wasn't worth it.
This is not a standard Shopify checkout, is it?
No, it's not. Something's going on.
they've built
What is
something.
this?
They've done something.
Yeah.
What is
The
this?
call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Sign up with sign
I
up
was
with
trying to
Apple?
see.
I'm lost.
Wait, is their website on Shopify or no?
I don't like that it's making me sign up for an account to purchase.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's a bad vibe for
No.
me.
This is
Zero.
this is a no. I wanna just
That
go.
would stop me instantly.
Yeah. Oh, this would 100%
Instantly a no
me.
for me, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely no.
Yeah. I wish I had
Yeah.
that. I wish I had that GIF up right now. That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
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 This is like it's giving like this is SaaS and you have
Yeah.
to sign up for a free trial account with your Gmail.
Give us your email so that we can ruin your life.
Also, the percentage of people that know their email password, so slim. So if it's not signed in on their browser, on their phone.
Oh, that's the number one. Again, if we're in mobile, so having the sign in on browser. Okay, so we don't love this checkout experience.
I loved everything.
cart.
This
The
is like
cart.
the
You
great
lost
date,
me here.
and then you hit the red flag where they're just like,
Yeah.
what?
This is not even beige. This is a proper red flag.
No, this is a
Yeah.
problem. This is an
Yeah.
absolute problem. I was really up. I was all behind it until this. This is no good.
100% agree. Okay, I'm gonna stop the share here. I want to thank everyone who was a panelist, everyone who stayed on with us. We'll share the recording of this so you can listen to us again for an hour plus. Wax poetic on this. This was the first version of this, so they're gonna get. I mean, this was incredible content. More like I just got to be a better moderator in terms of time, so we can get to more brands. So send any feedback you have. Really appreciate your time learning how we buy things. Oh, that was a good end. That was like,
Oh, that was crispy.
Wow.
it was a
Did
guy.
you have
Wow.
that? How much did you practice that?
Oh, dude, I'm in the mirror. I sent Rob a videos. Should I say it like this? Appreciate everybody.
That's what we do.
Thank you guys, Alexa, Barry, Rob. Thank you all for being here and sharing your incredible, massive brains with everybody. Yes, eatrotten.com. Oh, love that. That's UGC right there.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you,
Bye-bye.
everybody.